Is there still upside potential for Synthetics network token SNX? Because what we've seen here is basically a fake out above this falling wedge pattern on this weekly time frame. However, this pattern is still valid because candle wicks do not invalidate patterns. Candle closes will invalidate a pattern, okay, on the highest time frame that the pattern is validated in, okay? But what I'm seeing here is still a candle wick, so that does not invalidate this falling wedge pattern. It is still intact. Is there a possibility that SNX still breaks out of this pattern? Okay. Now, falling wedges have a higher chance of breaking to the upside, but also have to mind the downside risk because I've also seen them break down. And I've seen fake outs happen, like these ones. Especially in this bull cycle. We've seen a lot more twists and turns in this bull cycle comparing to 2021, which was pretty straightforward. Even late 2023 to early 2024, that was the last bullish wave. I wouldn't call that a bull cycle because we didn't hit new all-time highs. That was also pretty straightforward comparing to this one. This one has been many more twists and turns, a lot more fake outs, so some things to be mindful of. However, if SNX breaks out of this pattern again by this point, for example, price target would be about $5.85, above $5.85 price targets. Price targets are estimates only. There could be more, there could be less, a lot of which does depend on what happens with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts dumping from here, that is not going to be good for these altcoins, and these altcoin setups, they're not going to matter very much. I am long on crypto. I am long on quite a bit of the altcoins here, so my opinions on these markets are bullish. However, these are just my opinions, like the entirety of this video, and it's not financial advice. You guys got to form your own opinions and strategies, okay? And what I'm seeing here is I also want to point out that it got rejected at the orange line, which is a major resistance level, which is your weekly 200 SMA. Okay. If SNX can get above that resistance, it's going to be looking a lot better on this longer time frame. Let's take a look into a smaller time frame, see what SNX could be doing. If we can get any more clues on what SNX could be doing. Daily time frame, falling wedge pattern, okay? Probably more noticeable on a smaller time frame. 6-hour time frame, more noticeable. Falling wedge pattern, it's getting very tight within this channel, okay? That could help me time a move, right? Because it tells you the endpoint of a possibility of a break here, right? Now, falling wedges have a higher chance of breaking to the upside. If it breaks out by this point, for example, price target for the smaller falling wedge pattern would be about $2.25, okay? Quite a bit of resistance along the way, including all your 6-hour moving averages. If this thing breaks down, what to be looking for? Could be potentially looking at your daily 200 SMA, okay? Your daily 200 SMA, your weekly 21 SMA, and your 3-day 50 SMA. All within pretty close range to each other. And that's going to be about 80 cents, okay? 80, 85 cents. Yep, in the range of about 80 to 85 cents. So that's basically what I'm looking at for Synthetics Network on both the upside and downside. Let me know if you guys want to continue seeing any more of Synthetics Network by dropping a like, comment, subscribe, or any other coins in this market. I'll pick a request to you for you guys on a daily basis, and I'll see you on the next one.